Louisiana Beer Reviews, Rebel IPA. Now this is the 2015 updated recipe. I had done a review back in 2014, and then somebody had said, you know, they changed the recipe, and I said, oh, okay, didn't I check that one out? And come to find out I had not. Now David and I did a review, but it went too long. It was like 14 minutes and something, and it was like the third or fourth of the day. And I noticed when we do multiple reviews in a day, then things start to get rather ragged by the fourth. So I didn't like the way it came out. Nothing that he did. If you're watching David, nothing you did. It's just I didn't think I did a good job, and so I just deleted it. But so I'm going to look at it again. I have a few bottles left. 4.5% alcohol, 45 international bitterness units. They changed the malt build to just simply their 2-row pale malt build, and they used some new hops they developed called HBC 566, HBC 682, Mosaic, Cascade, Simcoe, Centennial, and Chinook are the other hops. I really like the original Rebel. The Rebel Rider was too dull and thin and bland, I thought. You know, I don't really like session IPAs. The Rouser was dynamite. I don't see that too much anymore, but I think it still is around here. So let's check out the new, it's over 2 years old, but the new configuration, the new recipe. It's very misty out here. I could feel the mist. Extremely cloudy and foggy, and it's only 63 degrees, but it feels colder because of this Louisiana dampness. Orange, it's orange. Mostly clear, kind of, yeah, clearish. There's a lot of suspended sediment. I see that. Bubbles, kind of a thin white head, but definitely sediment. Okay. Very resinous in the nose. Hop resin, oily. That you get that oily hop resin. Some pine and some fruit. Okay, I like it. 45 IBU, that's to me kind of hovering around the APA level for America. Now I know British IPA is different, but there's a lot of crossover you'll notice with APAs and IPAs. This was $8.99 for the 6-pack. Harry wanted to examine it, so we did. Harry over there in England, Blue Nose Reviews. I figured I'd do a solo update. Yeah, resinous pine, kind of oily hop action. Your Bud Light, Coors Light, Miller Lite drinker might be appalled by it. If you're seasoned, you know, seasoned beer drinker, it's used to this stuff, you're not going to be too overwhelmed by it or even impressed, but you might be pleased with it. It's 198 calories, and I noticed the body is kind of on the high side of medium, close to heavy. There's a little slickness in the body. It's on the dry side, yeah. I think in the sweetness scale, if you're using the Cyclops scale, it's probably 3 out of 5 sugar cubes in sweetness. It's one of these kind of sweet IPAs, but it's not overly sweet. Some of them you get almost like 5 out of 5 sugar cubes. It's like a sugar drink. And you can take one and it's nice, the second starts to become unpleasant. Mostly dry finish though. The bitterness scale, Cyclops, using the Cyclops scale, and it will build. I don't recognize that number. A lot of bull going on these days with these phone calls. It's probably 3.5 to 4 out of 5 hop cones on the Cyclops scale, honestly. Yeah, probably 3.5 out of 4. I would say so, yeah. I think they did a good job with it. Now, I don't see why they needed to change it, because the original one from 3 years ago, I thought it was fine. I didn't see where it needed to be improved. Wasn't some kind of extraordinary ultra elite IPA, but it was only, you know, maybe it was $7.50 back then. You know, the prices have been going up. Maybe no, it was probably $7.99 back then. Yeah, so going up $1 in 3 years. But for standard mass appeal India Pale Ale, and the Samuel Adams line of beers is more like that, a mass appeal craft beer line. I think it's fine. But like I say, I thought the first run of it was fine. I don't see that they needed to improve it. And I'm not sure if they did improve it. They're saying they improved it. Oh, and this beer is certified kosher. And it's got the date, guys. February 2018. So I don't have to go crazy and scream and holler about it doesn't have a date. I joke about that, but other beer reviewers that might get really excited and upset about dates, I can understand it, because there's no reason they cannot just put a date, at least a Best Buy date, if not even better, a born on these bottles in cans. But anyway, so is it improved? I don't know about that, but it's still good. It is, from recollection, different, but from what I'm seeing, it's not appreciably different. I think back then I said it was an A-. Might have said A, but I believe I said A-. I think I said A for the Rouser. Okay, so it was at the lower end of excellent, like a 90, 91 back then, and I think I would go with that today, around a 90, 91, A-. But for $8.99, I see nothing wrong with it. So, Le Bon Ton Relais, an excellent, within that, you know, lower end of excellent India Pale Ale. And I'm going to, what is starting to really mist. I'm going to end this review by saying, y'all come on down to very damp, chilly, and not super comfortable southeastern Louisiana.